Hi, today's message is about protection of self. This message was a little unexpected, yet I am following my gut. So here I am, again. And as you know, I really like to look at things from a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual aspect. It helps me really break it down into pieces so that I can make way for the whole, so I can understand it on a macro level, on a bigger picture level. And when I think of protection, it really means to keep safe from harm, from injury, and it also means to aim to preserve. So energetically, we are constantly preserving and using up our energy. And when we think of it on a physical level, on our animalistic level, we are wired to protect ourselves, to survive. We have that fight or flight instinct. And all of that, our body is constantly looking for a way for it to function to its best of its ability. And all of that happens on an unconscious level. And consciously, we can protect our body through what we eat, through what we wear, through what we put on our skin, through the environment we're in. And that's what I mean in the sense of protecting. What can we do consciously? And a big piece of the physical aspect is what we eat, because like everything else, it's energy, and the foods that we eat have a vibration. And the higher the vibration of the food that we're eating, the higher our vibration, because we are what we eat, literally. And what we eat can really eventually at some point destroy us if it is of a very low vibration. So that's very important, and we can consciously protect ourselves in that way. And on a mental and emotional level, this one's really vast. I mean, there's so many aspects to this, yet we take in information through our senses. We internalize our world through our senses. So literally everything that can destroy us comes in through our senses. Anything that can heal us comes in through our senses. So we can consciously choose. We have the power to choose what we feed our mind, how we work with our emotions. And that can be through what we watch, through what we listen to, through what we read, through what we share, through what we think about ourselves, about others, the words that we use. And on the mental level, it comes with a sense of responsibility for discerning what is true for you, what is true for the self, and really discerning as to what you want to feed your mind. You have the power of choice of what you want to feed it. It's like a garden. How do you want your garden to flourish? You want the best of the best, so that those are the results that you're going to see in the physical too. So what we feed our mind consciously affects our emotions, it affects our surroundings, it affects our relationships, it affects our work conditions, all of it. So protecting the mind, comes with, again, protecting what we watch, what we see, everything that enters through the senses, and also the surroundings that we're in, the people that we connect with, so that our emotions can also be intelligent. We can be emotionally intelligent through what we feed the mind. And I would say that's a pretty big piece of living fully, living in our essence. And then spiritually, this one's really interesting because it is what we cannot see, yet it's there. It's very there. And when I think of protecting myself spiritually, through prayer, through meditation, even through wearing or using certain crystals, certain gemstones. And it's so important because we cannot see it. We, at points, don't know how it's affecting us, yet we can feel it. And because, since we can't see it, and unfortunately there are souls that really live off of other people's vital life force. And when one is not protected in a spiritual way, or isn't looking for protection in a spiritual way, it can be very draining. It can lead one to paths that aren't exactly of the light, because in all actuality, you know, the spiritual realm is so connected to us here on the physical that once we start embracing it and once we start accessing it more and more, it actually allows for the physical to manifest in more of a flowing way, in more of an open way, and more of a way that's connected to the highest purpose, the highest, greatest good. So with the spiritual realm, prayer, meditation, like simply knowing that Creator is always with you, whether, you know, you call it God, some people, you know, connect with Jesus, Jehovah, universe, source. Just know that it's the omnipotent power, omnipotent energy that is around us, that has allowed us to be here. And our angels, Archangel Michael is excellent to call upon when you want to feel protected, when you want to be protected in the spiritual realm. That is a big part of what his purpose is, to protect. So they cannot intervene unless you ask for it. Therefore, ask for it and you will receive. Okay, so today's message again is to protect yourself physically through what we eat, through what you eat, mentally, emotionally, through what you allow to come in through your senses, and I don't know, I'm like thinking if there's anything. Sometimes there's like other things that want to come up when and I'm like, no. That's alright. So that's fine, we'll leave the mental and emotional there, and then spiritually protect. Just because it cannot be seen does not mean that it's not there. And just know that we're always connected to Source, to the universe. We're never alone. Okay? So that is today's message. Protect yourself. Namaste.